Right, there we go. We're being recorded again. Thank you, Zoom lady. Welcome back to Marauders TV, MTV. No cease and desist yet. Episode
Early days.
So player intros, episode 1. So hopefully you may have watched episode 0, which was uploaded maybe 10 minutes before this. I don't know.
Who knows?
And yeah, we're here with our first victim, our first player interview, Lee McDonald. Welcome, Lee.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Lee is a marauder. Doesn't have his orange shirt as yet.
It doesn't go with his complexion.
No, this is it.
I just don't suit orange. Sorry.
Mate, none of us do. That's the joke of it at this point. I think it's like a attrition thing. So yeah, we're going to do a little bit of a short with Lee, just asking some questions, set the tone for what these interviews are going to be like going forward. Tony's going to play the question master for this one, so I will pass it over to.
Right, so, all right, Lee. So we'll kick off. So, who's Lee? Who are you?
Hello, yep. I'm Lee McDonald. I'm a marauder by location purely because I live around the corner from Darren, and he made me text you about five or 6 years ago, Tony, and asked to be let into the group, and I've been there ever since. So yeah, just local lad, local to all you boys, local to Northwest Gaming Centre. Obviously met a few of you two included, over the years, and yeah, just stuck around for the vibe. But now I'm waiting to actually get stuck in.
Mainly over beers than games, doesn't it? Then, to be honest, for the most part.
So Marauder, sort of 6 years ago. But how and when did you start gaming?
I was 11 years old, just started secondary school, and one of the lads in my form class brought in Rogue Trader, and we were just sat looking at it on our desk and just absolutely blown away by it all. My mum, like the following week, so she took me to Games Workshop in the Arndale Centre.
Nice.
Bought my first model, first paints. It was an Eldar Fire Dragon X Arch with the fire pike, smelly white primer, if you remember that, in the little pot, smelly primer it was called.
Yeah.
And the first model I ever did was that. It was red, orange, like perfect split, like red, a bit more like, I think, yeah, it was like it was like 4 pixel blending,
like a fruit salad. Sweet.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was like. And then yeah, just sort of like just got into it really. Like I played a bit at the local Games Workshop, but I've always been more of sort of like if I see something I like it, I'll buy it, paint it up, and just bit switchy. I switch around a lot and do this, that, and the other. But yeah, so I've been into it for a good few years. Dropped out when I was 17, 18 for a good few years, and then when I met Becky, who I'm now married to, when I was 25, I just said to her, just, I'm sort of like getting into this a little bit. I used to be into it years ago, but I'm thinking getting back. She's like, "Oh, my dad used to play Dungeons and Dragons." Like, not a problem. I was like, "Yes," and then just sort of like ease myself back in from there. Really, yes, just so a bit long in the tooth with it, but still quite newbie in some respects as well.
Yeah, so I guess you're a bit of a system butterfly as opposed to a hobby butterfly.
Yeah, that's fair. I love a starter set. I absolutely love a 2-player starter set. I'm just an absolute mug for him. But yeah, you're right. I see something and I'm like, oh, this would be mint. I'll try and get everybody to play this. And I'm like, look what I've got. And everyone's like, no, you're all right. I'm like, okay. Just join the pile of promise in the garage.
No, that's all good. So other than being a butterfly, what kind of gamer would you say you were?
Purely casual. I don't want to say the narrative word in front of Mr. Maudsley, but I like a game that can tell a story. And yeah, just casual, really. What? Sorry.
You name your characters.
I've not done that yet, but I think I've got a good feeling that my cool boys in AOS 3 are all going to have very, very developed and complex backstories.
Right. There we go. There's my mute button then.
Somebody challenged me to name every zombie in my new list, but they're all called Doug. There you go.
Doug the zombie.
Doug Grave.
But yeah, look, I've been to events over the years. I've played in a Warhammer Fantasy event years ago. Borrowed my mate's Wood Elves, and they were amazing. He was Brian Mage on the forums. He was like, had a high elf army that was absolutely amazing as well. Obviously finished dead last. That was my first event at Element Games. Northwest Gaming Centre. And Darren handed me my loser prize, which was a World of Warcraft like tabletop game starter set sort of thing. And then
he knew you.
That's it. I think that's what really got me switched onto them. But then basically I finished last at every event I've ever been to. But like I say, I go for the fun of it. So yeah, it's just how I do it. It's how I roll.
That's one of those things, isn't it? Like, I think going out of like the fun element of a tournament weekend is key. You know, I don't think, although I wouldn't say I go for the fun, it is definitely a byproduct of a good weekend away. You know,
yeah.
I think if that bit was missing, I don't think you'd have a tournament scene.
No, I mean, I suppose it's been said so many times over the years, hasn't it? But there's probably out of 100-player event, there's only 20 that are realistically looking at podium, and the other 80 are there for their own little trials and tribulations and their own story.
Yeah.
And I think you can forget about the 80 sometimes because you're concentrating on they've got a trophy, but actually it's about the journey, isn't it?
Yeah,
I'm getting philosophical this evening.
Well, that's it. Like I've been. I was at a Guild Ball talk. One of the, I think it was before Vengeance, one of the early ones that Jay ran right at the start of Guild Ball, and there was a lad on one of the bottom tables with me. And it's like the second to last game. He didn't have a chance. He wasn't going to get anywhere, and he's just gaming it. Like, I'm just like, what are you doing, lad? Like, we're next to the bar. None of us are getting out of this with any pride intact whatsoever. Like, what are you doing? Oh, just knock yourself out, mate. I'm fine.
But some people can't turn it off, and that's
It's like he had just like just taking it really serious. I'm like, come on, mate. Let's put my arm around him. It's like, come on, let's go for a pint.
You have to call it a day at some point, don't you?
Oh yeah, day one, the game one. Like, right, I'm out.
That's good fun. So I know, obviously in the Marauders chat, you've been like really keen on the stuff coming out of iOS 3 and the start set.
Yes.
So what are you sort of really looking forward to as we roll into a new edition?
I think the Minion starter set, launch box aside, because everything in that just looks brilliant. I just think for me, it just feels like the right time to jump onto it. There's enough changes that even like season pros are going, oh, hang on a minute, what's going on here? Like, Twitter going absolutely mental over 32mm base sizes and this, that, and the other. And I'm like,
that's not new, though, is it? Let's be honest.
No, well, no, of course not. I need to get better at curating my my feed, Tom.
Take some lessons from you. I'm going to sell you my mute list. £5 for an instantly well curated thing.
It's actually just those three, just engaged constantly. Like, oh, okay. But yeah, I think it just feels like a good time to jump on for me. I've said that, I say that quite a lot, but then it always seems like the new thing comes out and then everybody's chasing the next big thing. But this almost feels like a good leveling event. Like, it almost feels like everyone's going to be coming out. Obviously, the seasoned guys are still going to know how to play the game better, but I just feel like, just a good leveling exercise, and noobs like me jumping on might not feel quite so much on the ropes right from the offset, because there's going to be a lot of, I'll be learning the rules from scratch, but there's going to be a lot of relearning for more seasoned players. So I think that really.
There's a lot of people that I know that drifted away at the point of 8th edition becoming AOS that are getting the itch again now. So I think you're exactly right. It is a new game. It's a much bigger change than AOS 1 into 2. More of a tidy up, I'd say, than a wholesale change. Whereas this is not a new game, but there's a lot of stuff to relearn. A lot of stuff now going to be good that wasn't good before, and vice versa as well. I think, the few units will be evergreen and things, but there is a lot of change coming.
And so just with COVID and lockdowns and people gaming less as well, and you're coming out of that, and you've got a new edition. So so even some of those hardcore tournament regulars have had 12, 18 months where they haven't played a game, and so that'd be interesting.
That's another reason for me. Sorry, Tom.
Sorry.
That's another reason for me to want to jump in as well. Now it's like I've taken for granted for too long just going out and playing a game of something at the centre. I've taken like those times like, oh, I was thinking of going. Becky's like, oh, you're going out? I'm like, no, I can't be bothered. It's only not. And now I've been like the last, getting on. Well, not far off 18 months now, are we? And I'm just like, I've just took it for granted for too long. And I've got a pre-built pocket of players. Like all local that I'm pals with, that I've been pals with in a chat for like 6 years. Just take advantage of it. Just get out and just start enjoying myself.
That's good. And I guess just to sort of round us off to a point, so I'm conscious of evenings and families, but we're gonna sort of try and run a little bit with you, Lee, as a zero to hero. So try and get in at the ground, as you're starting at the ground up and working through a bit more about the journey, learning the rules and the army rules, etc. So I think that was quite a unique sort of perspective in the club as well. So
really looking forward to that.
Going on that journey with you.
Yeah. Oh no, guys, it'll be great. But I think as well, it's
the friends we made along the way.
Getting my 7th wooden spoon.
Trophy to trophy, mate. Doesn't matter. You get to go.
No, exactly.
You get to go and stand up in front of people. The people in 95th place don't.
No. That's it. Exactly. Like you come in last, you always walk out with something as well. Yeah. So, but that's the other thing. Like the whole zero to hero thing. Hopefully, like people that are new to it, that are coming into it, can go, oh, hang on a minute. Not only has MTV got a load of quality insight from top level global players, is this mug that's just started, and he's pretty bad at the game too. So let's jump along with him. So something for everybody on Marauders TV.
I think that's the idea of a club, though, isn't it? It's all abilities, cross spectrum of abilities and styles and how you're approaching the hobby. And I think we're in a good spot to capture that. So
yeah, I think as a
definitely
club, we've got every sort of you consider gamers as a spectrum. We've probably got people at each point. So yeah, we can offer some unique perspectives that you might not see in this sort of space.
Yeah, people actually play commentating on it. That should be quite interesting, shouldn't it? Like hot takes from people that actually play the game. I'm talking about Twitter. I'm not talking about any other outlets.
No drama here.
You don't have to edit the first episode. The whole point of this is supposed to be easy going.
Yeah.
But no, okay, you want
cut back to the top.
Yeah. No, it's good, to be when we're doing some pre-event stuff. If it's an event that you're going to, that's a perspective that you don't see on many YouTube channels. Around the, are you going to aim for the wooden spoon? Are you going to aim to not? And we'll see.
Yeah.
And it'd be a good little thing to follow along with.
Yeah. But no, I'm up for it. I'm down for it. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Honestly,
that's enough.
Great black and orange shirts that look really mint.
Yeah, I've been to that. Yeah, I could be into that, definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We'll sort something out.
Good.
Cool.
Right, do you want to round us out, I guess?
Yeah.
Nice one. Cheers, boys.
I hope everyone's sort of enjoyed this. Hit that like button, hit that notification bell so you get notified when we drop new content. See you in the next one.
See you in the next one. Cheers.
Cheers. Bye, everybody.